I like to invest in things that if they go away, they would disrupt my life. If Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp went away, it would disrupt my life. And no matter what we want to say about Zuckerberg, if he decided to take everybody's images off Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp, all that communication you've done for the last 10 years, you kiss his pasty ass to put it right back up.
Daymond John, welcome to Money Talks. Of course, the top hat is yours. No, that's yours. I'm more of a dog kind of guy. But dog in me. Welcome to Money Talks. I wanted to do something special in this crazy economic climate. We wanted to do something where we could really talk to people about finance and money and all the financial literacy that you and I talk about because it's so important. You are a mentor to me, been in my life for quite some time. So just wanted to have a nice chat with some open dialogue about money because money does talk.
Money talks all day.
When did you fall in love with money?
Oh, I don't know if I've ever had that question before. I think I fell in love with money. I don't know when I fell in love with it.
Did I already? This is the best podcast ever. We started off with a
I don't know if I ever fell in love with money. I understood the value of it at about 6 years old when I used to try to sell pencils and stuff like that to the kids in school. I understood the value of it when when hip hop started coming around and I was like 10 or 11 and I wanted to buy a bomber jacket or something like that. But I don't know when I fell in love with, I don't know. Good question.
When your companies started taking off in your early 20s, the early success of FUBU, and you started accumulating wealth, did you have financial mentors in your life?
No. You don't know what a financial mentor is for the most part until you lose a lot of money. And then you keep losing a lot of money, all right? So there's a lot of different areas of finance that people are brilliant in, and then they don't have enough knowledge in other areas. So you can be brilliant in savings, but you're not brilliant in taxes, right? Or you can be brilliant in taxes, but you're not brilliant in investing. But there's a lot of different aspects, right? So my mother knew one thing, getting more quality of things for her money. So we would always drive from our neighborhood to the more affluent neighborhoods to buy meat and buy food because she knew that you were going to get a better cut of meat there. She knew to go with other women and put their money together to go over to a Costco and buy, and then they break it up when they get home. Like they'll buy, 100 rolls of toilet paper and break it up in 10s.
Wow.
And pay the price like if they were paying for 20, right? I mean for 20, right? So she knew that, but we didn't know a lot. And that would prove that I almost went bankrupt 2 times when I was broke, and then I almost went bankrupt 1 time when I had 20 million liquid.
So when you have 20 million liquid, how does that equate to bankruptcy? How does that conversation?
Same exact thing.
Is it accounting? Is it
20 million? Like here's how you'll see an athlete go through 20 million liquid, right? They get the 20 million, right? They pay an average of 15% to their legal staff, attorneys, and everything else, right? So now they got about 17 million. Right. And they go and buy a house. Instead of buying a house for 1 million, they buy it for 4 million. They buy 2 houses. They start traveling private. Right. And that's not on the business. They don't put it on the business. So whatever you don't put on the business, that is not a business expense because they're flying private for vacations. Well, if you spend $1 million flying private for your personal use, you would have to make 2 million, depending on your tax bracket, to come away with the million. But if it was only on business, the million is deducted, so it's only $500,000. That's a $1.5 million swing. So that's what happened. And then all of a sudden, Uncle Sam hits them for the money. Right?
And then it's
and then you bankrupt.
Downhill from there.
You got to get small. Aren't you working to enjoy a quality of life? I'm right now, man. I'm a simple guy. I have the resources I need, but I'm a crackhead comparison to the people I know.
Something that's always been big about you is beautiful office spaces. I remember you had this gorgeous office in the Empire State Building. You've had different sets of offices. Now you have these stunning offices in Miami, all over Miami with Mindspace. Can you explain why having a great work environment and a great workspace is helpful for productivity?
You know, it's funny. I had 3 floors in the Empire State Building, marble and beautiful place, right? And I had that, and I had a 10-year lease on it, and it cost a lot of money. It was great. Obviously, it was beautiful, and but the energy was different then. The energy was the late '90s, 2000 gloss. You know, you're selling an urban brand.
Yeah.
If you're selling an urban brand, you shouldn't look urban. You should look classy, like they always say in what do they say in movies? Uh, if the scene is crazy, the person should look normal, or if the person's crazy, the scene should look normal, right? And this juxtaposition. And then, you know, when you walk in, it was like hip hop videos and all this stuff, you know, and it was this weird thing, like hip hop, dirty, grungy, super fly offices. And so now what I did right before, this is not a pandemic thing, I realized that with all technology, people were putting their headsets on and everything, and I wanted to work in a more, almost like a bullpen of a, you're right next to each other, because as human beings, we're pack animals, and my team, I started to notice, are much better when they're together. So now we have a little bit of kind of like a zany-ish, messy, like we're looking like we're doing work, but then when we come out to our open space, then it's chill.
Yeah, my space is great for that.
And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have that juxtaposition again.
Yeah.
Come in, and it's the bullpen, and we're gonna have a good time. All kind of stuff's gonna be art and this and that. And then you come out, you can chill, you can hide, you can do whatever you want. So that's why I like MySpace, because also I have 40 locations around the world to go to.
Yeah.
Right? It's all about, remember, I'm trying to I'm trying to get rid of any friction in my life, you know? So when I got the offices where I was stuck with a lease for 5 and 10 years, I have no idea where things are going in the next 5 years. Do I want to be stuck there?
Yep. You want to be able to
I want to be agile
malleable, and
be part of a bigger community. Yeah.
so let's talk about investing, because obviously through your success with Shark Tank, you've done a lot of investment. And I want to speak to the young college people, the young adults, the young entrepreneurs, the young people that are looking at investments for the first time. What are your fundamental investment pieces of advice?
Invest in things you absolutely are obsessed about. You know, the theory is anything that you buy, you can sell. Anything that, you do for free, you can get paid for. And if you happen to be somebody who is absolutely obsessed with gaming or whatever the case is, then invest in those companies, because you're going to be checking out that world anyway and know what's going on, right? You're in fashion. Well, Hermes, you can buy you can buy Hermes and various other things. You can buy the holding companies of these brands. You can yourself tell when these brands are losing their thing, or wait a minute, a product's coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can get a good feel on it before everybody else does. And if you're so passionate about it, you should invest, right? You can buy it, and that's what I always say. Like I like to invest in things that if they go away, they would disrupt my life.
Yeah.
I know that if Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp went away, it would disrupt my life. I know that they're in acquisition mode, and I know that no matter what we want to say about Zuckerberg, if he decided to take everybody's images off of Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp, all that communication you've done for the last 10 years, you kiss his pasty ass to put it right back up.
It'd be
And he's very, very connected, and that technology is not going away. So I'm going to invest in him. I know that if Uber went away, it would disrupt my life. I'm going to always invest in things. I know a Ring doorbell went away or Amazon went away, it would disrupt our lives.
So you're looking S&P 500 at a lot of companies that you currently use as the base formula for where you want to put your money.
I look at everyday things that I buy, my wife, my family buys, that we can't stop. I know that Amazon, they're going to touch me in several different areas. Going to Whole Foods, because I'm a clean eater, they're going to catch me when they're not going to bring my malls,
Yeah.
right? So they're going to catch me there, and they're going to catch me on securing the entire neighborhood with a ring. They're not going anywhere. Look at Apple. If you put $1,000 into, and it's at 6 points, so the market is going to give you 4 points. At the end of the year, you would get $40 all for putting it in the bank. If you put it in the bank, if you invested into Apple 1 year ago, it was $170, and now it went to 200 and basically $60. That same $1,000 that you would have made
Same one.
$40,
2,600.
right? You would have probably made $600 off of.
Is there an
$500 off of.
is there an algorithm that you put into investments versus putting into safer investments? Do you look at Bitcoin and these technology investments, or is that too volatile? And do you have like a formula for that versus like real estate and cash? Like, how do you break down your formula?
Great question. You should average out about 20% of what you have to play with. And play with means you want to lose it. You can lose, excuse me. Then you have the rest in your more safer things, bonds and this and that, and portfolios.
Okay.
If you are going to play with the stock market, I would say that first of all, you watch Jim Cramer every single day. He has a show called Mad Money. Yeah, I think it comes on at 5 o'clock and about 9 o'clock. Same the show.
Jim Cramer, and I watch Earn Your Leisure.
Earn Your Leisure for sure. And they say that in the stock market, the only free lunch is a diversified portfolio. Means that if you were going to put in $1,000, put 100 into technology, 100 into infrastructure, 100 into whatever, because the market very rarely goes down all the way. When one goes down, one goes up.
Yep.
And that's what they call feeling. But you know, at the end of the day, the market and investing is really, really boring. You put your money in, you don't look at it.
And you just let it work for you.
It will go up and will go down. You'll get tempted. I put a lot of money in Apple in 2006, and I thought I was Gordon Gekko when I made a little bit something. Yo, pull that out. What I pulled out, let's say I made $500,000, it would have been right now something like $40 million.
Wow.
But I was Gordon Gekko.
Wow.
You know, so again, it's put it to sleep.
Yeah.
Just put it to sleep.
These are important lessons to learn.
I learned them, and boy, did they hurt.
Okay, so we talked about investment from a stock portfolio perspective. What about some of these incredible companies? Like, you know, you've been pitched everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Is there any Shark Tank investment that came across your desk that you're like, damn, I wish I would have put my money there?
Only one because I lost on it, Scrub Daddy.
Scrub Daddy.
Because I lost on it. You know, so venture capitalists who invest, they win 1 out of every 10 times. The sharks win 2.5 out of every 10 investments. And the only reason we win those is because we have that kind of baked in commercial that gives us a little bit more of an edge.
Yeah.
That's about it. So you got to be ready to lose. But sure, the person who invested, you know, $1,000 into Roblox, you know, to Facebook, you get those winners, man, and to Amazon.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
And
I'm still eating off of jeans from 1998.
I know you are. The Shark Tank money is your money.
Well, if it wasn't, I'd give everybody a damn deal. Yo,
There's no AUC. So this is your money.
I had my cousin Pookie on there. Yo, Pookie.
Well, what season are we on? Is this
About to go into season 17.
17?
Yeah.
Overall, over those 17 years, are you up? Are you down? Has it been a?
I'm up in cash. I'm down. I'm up in cash and IP. This?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For pizza,
I've gotten every president has called me for advice. No money. Wow. That's what this has done for me. Every living
what
president.
advice you give?
Huh?
What's the advice you gave to Obama? Tell me just a nugget. I need to hear the nugget of something you told Obama.
Well, huh?
Something sort of it's over.
I don't know Terrence J, and I ain't broadcasted this shit, oh boy. Nah, that's what I told him. But in cash I'm about even because no, not cash. Cash I'm about even. IP through the roof, time and energy. It would be that's the investment because you know the investment is fine, but it takes about 2 to 3 months to help run these companies. 2 to 3 months to do stuff, staff, you know, headaches. You know what I mean? All that stuff. It's real business. That's all it is.
Yep. Real estate. You have these monopoly nights.
Mm-hmm.
How does that keep you sharp? How does getting boardwalk keep you sharp in real life? And why do you love it so much?
This is the most popular board game in the world, and it's for a reason, right? It is about real strategy. This is not, we don't play grandma's money under free parking, you know, loan you anything. There's a reason there's 32 or 34 houses in there. And if you can't go fully up the houses to hotels. If there's a housing shortage, you have to be held back. on these things. And if you do it the way that the actual game is played, you're going to see how to really strategize. However, what happens with this paper money in your hand? I've learned that over the 4 hours of somebody in there, their real character comes out. Man, y'all don't want to play with me.
You can see the cheater on
You, the cheater, the vulnerable, the asshole. You see, it comes right through this game because for 4 hours, you're locked in.
Yeah.
And you are trading something. You see it all.
All right, so we're about to go up and do Daymond John Monopoly night. Any other tips of the trade?
You got to do exactly what you love. There's no, and anybody who tells you you got to get into this right now because it's hot, don't get into it, right? Take your time, research, do your homework on these things. And every business, there's no one thing. If you like real estate, you can like getting the dirt and then putting the pipes in and moving it out. You can like Airbnbs, you can like flips, you can like historical properties. You got to know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, get a partner who really knows what they're doing, who does not need your money. Always get people in your life who do not need you and find a way for you to be of value to them. That way you never can expect anybody to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And if you become a person of service, no matter who it is, to your husband, to your wife, to your kids, to your church, to your family, to your employees, to other people, they respect you. And you know what? The people who take advantage of it, they weren't worth it anyway.
Yeah. All right, last thing, money talks. Private plane versus commercial?
Commercial.
Are we gonna do $100,000 in cash or dinner with Daymond John?
What do you mean? Are we going to do that?
Would you recommend for somebody to do $100,000 in cash or one long dinner with you?
Are you kidding me? Of course it's long dinner with me.
The long dinner with you.
Oh, absolutely. Why are you kidding me? Hell yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any other businesses you want to shout? Any businesses that you're real keen on right now?
The business that I'm real keen on right now is the business of longevity and biohacking. Because first of all, if you're doing it for yourself and to benefit you and your family and your life, and the good thing about COVID is it didn't care whether you were red or blue. You knew that your life was at risk. You lost people and you started taking advantage of what health is out there. And they say that if you could live another 5 years to 10 years, the technology after that, you will easily be able to live to 110, 100 healthy, because you will not have any excuses with AI coming around on why exactly you are sick, what you need for inflammation or barriers. That you could take a picture of all your medicines, screw what the doctors say, and say, what is hurting me, what is not, what counteracts this, what should all your food, and put your medicines together. So longevity and biohacking is by far and it's the cheapest thing to do. If you want to go and take your shower and at the end of the night, you flip it on to absolutely freezing cold for 30 seconds, that's going to do so much for your body. Getting out in the morning and grounding and putting your
North black people, we don't like cold showers.
They don't, but we got a lot of inflammation. You know what I'm saying? Listen, but it don't cost you nothing to do that, right?
It don't.
Right? So again, that's the important part. At the end of the day, what is all this business stuff we're talking about if you ain't got your life?
Health is wealth. All right, and that wraps it up. Episode 1, Money Talks with the Shark, my big brother and my investment mentor, Daymond John. Do yourself a favor, put some socks to use, and go take a cold shower. Daymond, thanks again, man. Now let's go play Monopoly.
All right, cool.